Hello and welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's Crazy Ivan here once again. It's Friday evening. And I'm going to be streaming today the replays from the series. I think this was played all the way last Saturday now. I've only just had free time to cast these replays because I was quite busy during the week. And these are just the little extra bracket games, so all the players that lost in the first round, they're the 4 players from that, because they only got the single elimination in the lower bracket, so we decided to just give them a little losers of the losers bracket, just to give those players a few more games to play. So this one is between Jesze and Spirit of the Universe, and we do have the other series, which was Fire versus Albertoa. And those are going to be being streamed after this stream by some guest casters on Jesse's channel. I think we're going to have Jesze and Popeye casting some games. They said they want to have a go at those, so I'll be, at the end of this series played out, I'll be handing you over to those guys. And so hopefully that'll be quite a fun stream with those two. And hopefully some of you will stick around and join in the fun with them. And like I said, we're going from replays today, so no need to hang around too much. Oh, that's right. I was trying to think. I was getting rid of the starting soon thing. I don't have a graphic for this matchup, so we've gone back to the classic Return of Rome graphic. But yeah, I'll just get us straight into the draft that was happened. So it's just a best of 5 as per usual. First map is going to be Highland. And see what Spirit Band, High Carver. Gold Mountain Band. Jesze always likes to pick the sort of water hybrid maps. We'll see what Spirit ended up going for in this draft here. Desert Ridge being banned. No, it's alright. It's only going to be just like this one series. Probably won't have the graphic up much. Well, I guess I do it like between games, but because it's like replays, it shouldn't take too much. Spirit of the Universe picking Continental, interestingly. So I don't know if Jesze is going to pick a hybrid map, or if he maybe would think there's too many water maps if he ends up picking one himself. But he does go for coastal, fair enough. So this could... Oh, Ocean Ring. Okay, we're going to do full water over the map 1. Rivers. So yeah, we're all... Well... A little bit of hybrid maps here, but Continental, Coastal and Ocean Ring also will have a bit of quite a big part of water on the map, so this is going to be an interesting draft. Surely, oh man, surely they've got to leave minnows in the pool here. It's not, I mean, there are quite a few good water civs in the pool. Assyrians and Sumerians banned, interesting. I feel like, I mean, Shang-Lak Viat on the table, but Minoans are also the Phoenicians by Jesze. Sorry, I couldn't get the words out, but he gets Yamato. Minoans still not picked by either player. Carthaginians, this has got to be Minoans by Spirit, surely. Romans! Minoans, guys! Minoans are in the chat. Alright, Mark Anton. The Minoans are right there. We've got this many water maps and nobody's picked the Minoans yet. Persians. Have they just had a gentleman's agreement to not pick Minnow here? Macedonians, Persians. Latvia. Wait, how did I not notice that Latvia went all the way down to the end of the pool? And somehow Minnow is still in here. Chosen. I'm gobsmacked. Are these 2 different series? Why does neither of the players pick Minnow? I'm almost tempted to go back and look through the the Discord chat to see what happened there. Because yeah, Jesze, like, quite strange bands that left Shang and Latvia on the table. Jesze first picked Phoenicians, which, like, he has said Phoenicians is his favourite civ these days. Yamato, a good pickup. Yeah, just Minoan's just. Am I blind? This is just not been. It's not there. It's just not in the draft. All right then. Well, I guess we'll just see how it panned out from here then. Like, so we do have first map on Highland. So like again, we're going straight from replay, so no need to hang around too much. Let's get ourselves straight in. So mute the music, and in we go. Where's the replay? There it is. So Macedonians, the pick from Jesze. I didn't really try and speculate too much on the first map, but Latvia has been pulled out by Spirit. So Spirit should, in theory, have a pretty decent advantage in the early game with the Latvia. I feel like I've not actually seen Latvia be played recently, because just how much of it tends to be banned. There must have been some Latvia games, but none are popping to mind. Jesze is going to be the first to go for those central elephants, though. And it shouldn't be too difficult there. Yeah, Spirit a little bit too late to the centre. He does at least spot one of his own elephant. If he's a little bit lucky, he maybe will be able to spot these. And Jesze, obviously, with the Macedonian bonus of the extra line of sight, would have had a much easier time locating some elephants. But yeah, Spirit, unfortunately, is going to be late to the party. And I'd be interested to see if he does try and do any extra exploration and try to find those other elephants. Obviously, there's a little bit, because yeah, the central elephants are always in the centre, but the other ones, like I said before many times, are in this sort of ring around the centre. So it is a little bit down to randomness whether you find them. Spirit is still having a look around of sorts. But like I was going to say, Latvia faster collecting berries and the faster working military buildings in the Tool Age. Howdy, hey Jesze. I feel like there was a little bit of meme pics in the draft there. How did Minoans slip through the whole draft? Can I ask? When there was like 4 water maps in the map pool. Anyway, Jesze going for a little bit more exploration, trying to find his second elephant. Looks like he already did find one. Were you trying to like get Spirit to pick it, and he just didn't? You forgot. How could you? Oh, so actually, Spirit is actually going to find those extra elephants. So his persistence does pay off, although he hasn't seemed to have actually noticed yet. There we go. He does notice now. Get more gold sieves. Interesting. I mean, you did, yeah, because you got Mason Persians, you got, well, Phoenicians isn't really a gold sieve. I'm trying to remember the rest of your draft now. But yeah, Jesze, 27 seconds idle TC time. Obviously, Macedonians, no real food bonuses. Well, just no food bonuses at all in the early game, so maybe not too unexpected. Maybe I would have been a little bit better to have a little bit less than that. Pinched again for food. Does get the queue going again. 39 seconds now. Spirit does get a nice pit at the back of his base where it's going to be a little bit more more difficult for Jesze to get to, and the gazelle are going to be pushed in there nicely. Let's have a look at the one villager chilling there. Actually, if Spirit does manage to get a little bit more exploration, he doesn't have too bad of a base to try and wall up here. It actually is a little bit, actually, yeah, okay, yeah, so he walls here, here, and here, and here. That would be pretty nice. In fact, Jesze, I've just noticed as well, has like a huge wood line there. It looks like these kind of merged together in the map spawn. So you can close off this bit at the back. It's just this one bit at the front where he has to be a little bit more careful. And Tool Age is coming in for Spirit now. A little bit of idle time creeping up there. 37 seconds is a little bit high for the Latvia. Like I said, they do get that berry bonus in the early game, which usually makes it a bit easier to get enough food in. Actually, it looks like, yeah, he's pulled a lot of the villagers on to hunt and left the berries. Maybe maybe the elephant should have been left for a little bit later and just leave those villagers on the berries. But yeah, forward villager coming out for spirits, and does now have the wood for a barracks. Jesse just getting the wood himself, although that number did drop. I don't know if he did. Okay, barracks going down right at the bottom of the map. I actually hadn't noticed the little nook in here, but yeah, because I was thinking more closing off the front here. But barracks reasonably well positioned for Spirit. It's not right on top of his opponent's face, but it's in the right sort of ballpark. Tool Age does come in. Jesse only just clicking. Actually, what the 26 mil? I've only just noticed that Jesse's only just clicked now. I mean, Yams, yeah, very good pick on pretty much all maps, so don't need to be too displeased. Although there was Lakviat and Shang in the map available in the pool, and Spirit got both of those, and you got neither. But yeah, very risky play by Jesse. Clubber's already coming in, tool working. Actually, a little bit slow on the Clubber actually from Spirit. I guess maybe he put his barracks up a little late. I wasn't paying exact time to how far he was up into the Tool Age. Bowman gonna come out as well though. So a lot of upgrades. Okay, he is gonna add in more axes. I was gonna say there's a lot of upgrades for only a singular axe set, but he is gonna carry on adding a few of those units in. The berries are still left. Have you spotted another berry patch? There's another at the top there. They're both on the top side, and Spirit hasn't found those. Because it can always be very nice for aggressive plays to try and find that more natural food resources, so you don't have to switch into the farms too soon. Granary forward, so he does find berries there. Now axes are going to be slightly denied. Tool Age is in for Jesse, so he's had just about the time he needs to try and make sure he can hold the position. There's a lot of villagers trapped in this little area here though as the bowmen come in. Let's get rid of this artifact Spirit. Let's not be having this chasing around with the units. And yeah, villagers are going to take a few shots. Needlework is coming in at the town centre. Please get rid of this artifact. This happens like way too often with players. They just get the artifact in the mix. Villagers are going to jump out though. And Bowman in the right position. A little bit too close to the action there. Jesse is going to be forced into a bit of a difficult position, but he does now click to the Bronze Age. Quite a lot of food in the bank. He clicked up on quite a large number of villagers who had that collecting going in. A little bit of food going to go to waste. Axa not quite getting the KO in the villager there. Tower's going to go up on the gold. And I think this guy is going to sneak through, and it was stable that was built. And I don't know if that is just to maybe place academies down straight away as the Macedonians, so we probably will see just a couple of cavalry units come out, I should expect. Just because you can build those straight away at the start of Bronze Age. They'll just jump out. They'll just jump back in. So, Spirit definitely on the front foot here for the time being, but he hasn't actually, one eco kill actually, I didn't actually see that villager go down. I feel like there must have been the villager on the low health must have been picked off somewhere. Bowman, unfortunately, just gonna die, I think. But yeah, Spirit not done too much damage, and Jesse now is gonna be in the Bronze Age. But Jesse, no access to food at the moment. He has 250 in the bank. And it's a second stable being built. That will let him get the cavalry out a little bit quicker. But again, he's going to be pinched for that food resource. He could trade for food. He doesn't really have the resources to do so at the moment. There's one Axa. Jesse kind of needs to try and... He's going to let the tower do the work, I guess. Ooh, just about survives, 2 HP. And 3 cavalry can easily clear up the bowman. Against the axes. Okay, Spirit not paying attention here, so he's just going to lose the axes for free. So his axes can do a decent amount of damage back. So Jesse now clearing up that Tool Age army. Spirit on 30 vills now. Got quite a lot of wood. And like I said, it didn't ever... In fact, he missed one of his elephants as well. So a little bit of a lack of exploration for Spirit. So it's pretty much always worth trying to find your nearby elephant at the very least. But yeah, these cavalry going to pretty easily clear up the bowman now. And now it's probably just going to be a case for Spirit to try and get himself up to the Bronze Age ASAP. Jesze now does switch. Actually, it probably would have been worth gathering the last food from that elephant there. There's 100 odd food still on, but Jesze getting himself set up on the farms now. Does wall the top side of his base, still up exposed the front. He's actually going to wall off the flank as well, so just going to have like this as his position to hold for the time being. Yeah, 35 vills for Spirit, so he is quite ahead on the villager camp, but the same amount of idle TC time. Just the one kill, so yeah, when Spirit does click up, obviously Jesze will catch up on villager numbers somewhat. Okay, actually, so now Spirit actually has done a little bit more exploration, so he finds the extra berries and the elephant now. So he's already committed a lot of wood to the farms. Cavalry just chilling at the back for the time being. I guess Jesze just trying to sort of re-stabilize his economy now that he is in the Bronze Age. It's kind of funny that he's still behind on score here. You can see 17-1 was the KD in favor of Jesze. So all that time, Spirit was only able to kill one unit. So very little damage done by Spirit there. And he does click Bronze Age now. Wheel coming in for Jesze, but that's just going to be for his villagers. Macedonians obviously don't get the chariots, or even chariots or chariot archers. And yeah, he's just going to continually focus down the buildings. Last remnants of the Tool Age army coming forward. I think I probably would have preferred Spirit to keep that at home, just in case the cavalry did come for a raid, but... Ooh, doesn't quite get that one cavalry in on 2 HP. And yeah, wall just going up at the front of Jesse's base now. One cavalry, it does go down. Axa is getting in a decent amount of damage, but yeah, good little bit of micro from Jesze to just re-maneuver. Should be able to easily take out the bowman. Bowman's still missing the +2. And actually, no, did I misread that? But yeah, what's going to be the unit of choice for Spirit here? Looking at it, he's not on the gold, so it looks like it's probably going to be the chariot archer. We'll just check if he does have the +2. No, he doesn't. Okay. But yeah, Jesze kind of not done too much after he just made those 3 cavalry, and like I said, he's kind of just been focusing on the eco for a while. Although he had actually been producing villagers, he's only just started doing that again now, I think. Maybe it was actually, maybe he has, I think maybe he's on 28 or so when he hit bronze, so that might not be correct. But yeah, Spirit now not quite doing the optimal walls, but obviously it hasn't quite fully explored, so he's going for a bit like tighter. Obviously it would have been a little bit better if you sort of walled here and then maybe here to here, or as I said before, there at the front of the space. So it's going to be a little bit boxed in where he is now. Still just house as part of the wall in some places. So he needs to be a little bit careful. I think that's a misclick on the gate, unfortunately. Unless some players, to be fair, do actually, they'll delete like this section of wall here, and that'll let you come through. So maybe actually that is the actual intention there, just to make the gate a little bit less vulnerable to attacks. So maybe, yeah, deletes one of those sections. But it's a little bit unusual. I think that probably was maybe intended to be on top of that wall, but we'll never know, I guess. Cavalry units, I think, are going to manage to sneak around before the war gets finished. It's a little bit of a mistake, actually, from Spirit. It's actually better to separate out the villages and let them, like, come together. But yeah, these cavalry are actually going to be able to probably pick off both of these villages fairly easy, and the war is not going to go up. And now, finally, Jesze adding in a few extra cavalry units. Archery rangers are going up at the front of the base, and wheel is in, so the chariot archers are going to be starting to reproduce, but unfortunately, like I said, that wall being open, just these 3 cavalry, and actually Spirit doesn't have needlework, so there's villagers only taking 3 attacks to go down. 11 villagers forced idle in the TC. Chariots still only 3 on the field. They don't do a huge amount of damage, only 3 a hit, those cavalry. And a whole bunch of villagers going down here. And Spirit in a pretty terrible spot now. Just wasn't quite able to get that wall finished off. And again, if you had just... Well, like I said, it's easy for me to say when I can see the whole map. But he made life a little bit more difficult for himself with the way he did war. That's 17. This is going to be 18 to finish off. 18 villager kills from Jesze, and he's well, that's pretty much the whole difference between the 2 players now. Jesze on 5 TCs now. Those are stables. I've misclicked there. There we go, 5 TCs. And he's not making any units just yet. He doesn't really have the food, just because he's pumping so many vills. And yeah, just a pretty large lead for Jesze now at this point. The number of chariot archers is still increasing, so if Jesze gets a little bit complacent here, he could be punished. Just the 5 cavalry on the field for the moment. And the 2 players... Or well, at least Spirit will spot this cavalry line of sight is reasonably low. I guess his mace is a little bit better. One villager just chilling on the outside. Yeah, I think these chariots have just kind of right-clicked forward. Yeah, they're a little bit caught out. They're going to take a little bit of damage here. And it does have the Stone Age, Tool Age upgrade, and they're now the Bronze Age on as well, which gives them +5 armor on these Latvia archers. Villager gonna go down, but the cavalry still getting a few good pot shots in. Metal working as well, coming in for the +4 attack on the cavalry. And still no more military in queue. Actually, well, they did add in a couple more cav, but again, still a little bit squeezed for food. Jesze just focusing on the eco side of things. I guess he thinks he has enough with this number of cavalry, but 16 chariot archers now in queue. I just noticed Spirit's not really been adding in villagers anymore. It's got 2 TCs and plenty of food. Maybe just a little bit distracted by what's going on with the army. And yeah, Jesze now stops food, villager production, focus a bit more on the cavalry. Villagers having to be pulled away. I think, yeah, probably have to build another TC or possibly just a storage pit maybe back here. Would be quite nice. And chariots are they through? Yeah, no, they're not. There's the couple of chopped down trees, axes here. Actually going to assist in breaking through the gate. Actually, 2 more axes in the queue now. Just a little bit, I guess. I think he could have just made some short swords there. That probably would have been a slightly better option. It doesn't have much gold, but could have made a couple of those. Cavalry can try and come around for a bit of a flank. Chariot archers coming in. 15 cav on the field now. So I think Jesze should be able to hold this. Spirit can hide in the corner there, make it a bit difficult for Jesze to get a good engage. Jesse's trying to re-wall, put another gate up. A couple of villagers probably going to get caught out here. As a gate does go up. Jesze arguably has villagers, but yeah, Spirit's just not adding extra villagers in, which I respect that he's going for the all-in aggression, because he probably feels like he needs to get something done now quick, but yeah, he's only just adding in units, and yet chariots. I think Jesze probably could have won that fight, but maybe he just wasn't really sure how many chariots were stacked on the tile there with the patrol movement that you can do with the archers. And yeah, he's still Actually, okay, stop making axes now, but I'm a little bit surprised he made as many axes as he did. So they do a little bit of bonus damage to the cavalry, but they still get kind of stomped themselves. And yeah, Jese's going to be able to clear up the army within his base. Jese, lots of resources. I don't know why he's not spending these. Only 3 left on gold. Maybe he's run out of gold inside his base. He does have a stone. He has a whole gold pile here. So Jese a little bit disorganized. Way too much wood. Probably should move a bunch of villagers off wood. Looks like there was a little bit of a pause here. And yeah, at one point there he did have the resources to go up to iron. He doesn't have the second building just yet. Academy is going up now, which will be a second building. And do we finally see a transition to the... I don't think... hoplites wouldn't be great into the chariot archers. I don't think that's really should be the play. But yeah, plenty of the cavalry still on the field here. So those black VR archers with 5 armor are going to make this a little bit tough. But Jese's had a huge eco lead for a long time as well. Yeah, like I said, you can see the resources, but like I said, he needs to start to spend them really. And sentry towers going up from Jese. So this feels like not full serious mode Jese from me. We're going to see the fight play out. And the ability isn't actually from Spirit. I didn't see when that did come in, but it has done so. Yeah, big 37 chariot archer mass, and Jese's still just not spending his resources. I don't really get what's going on here. And a couple more villagers going to go down. This tower's probably going to get denied. A few villagers jump in there. Sentry tower for the time being. Cavalry do go for an attack. Forward now though, and Iron Age is finally clicked. And I've got a lot of resources in the bank. And once again, Spirit somehow getting this artifact mixed in. Which is actually going to be the death of all these chariots. So a pretty huge mistake there, unfortunately. It is actually open. So this cavalry going to go in. In the meantime, Spirit has actually got through himself as the gate did go. Well, I guess it was just the hole in the wall there. So this game's got a little bit messy. As okay, Jese actually gave Spirit the chance to re-wall there. That was a bit of an odd one. But yeah, kills back and forth. Jese deleting the section in the war, try and run the villagers. Then the villagers stop moving, so they're going to get killed anyway, I guess. This feels like a little bit of a clumsy game. Iron Ages finally coming in. About 80% of the way now. Like I said, Jese still with a huge eco lead. Spirit hasn't done the best of jobs keeping villager production going, really. And what are we at? 23 cavalry to 23 chariot archers. And really, when you're playing as the chariot archers, you need to be outmassing your opponent just so you can actually get those numbers down before the engage can come in proper. Iron Age now does come through. And Jese with all the resources in the world to do basically whatever he wants. Academy's coming down now. I think, yeah, the hoplite line now is fine. Now you have access to aristocracy as well. And Spirit just taps out, calls the GG. And like I said, a little bit of a clumsy game. It feels like Jese maybe wasn't trying his best, like doing his absolute best gameplay there. Maybe just maybe giving Spirit a chance, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, those cavalry getting in, doing a lot of damage there in the earlier phase of the game. I think it was around here somewhere. Yeah. So it's 18 kills. Basically, Spirit had kind of lost too much at that point. And yeah, he had got himself into Bronze Age, but kind of all the damage was done already there. So, this gets ourselves straight into game 2. And let's have a look. Where is game 2 here? So game 2 went to Continental. Spirit pulled out the Shang for this map. I guess there's no more pure land maps to play the Shang on, so not a terrible pick still. And Jesze uses his Yamato there now. So in the interest of not holding up the next series too much, I think I'm going to put this at double speed for the early game. Granary start from Jesze. A lot of times people try to go for a pit or a dock on the water, and in fact Spirit does do that. It's quite a long distance. He has actually left a couple of villagers on berries there, probably to just try and I see it's delayed villager production somewhat there. And yeah, a handful of villagers. Going to go to the shorefish. So it's going to cost Spirit a little bit in the short term, but as the Shang should be able to make that difference up fairly quickly. Jesze going for a little bit of exploration. Finds the ruins there. Very nice, very nice. Hopefully we won't see any artifacts getting mixed up in the armies this time. Oh, I don't actually see any art. Oh, there's one there. And fishing boats as well, which normally adding fishing boats in usually means it's going to delay your tool age time, as you're having to commit more villagers to gathering wood in the early phase of the game instead of just sticking them purely on food. That said, Jesze is actually going for a similar tactic, or a little bit late at getting the dock down, but he does already have his storage pit down, so got the eco going reasonably well, and should be able to start putting in the fishing boats. And Spirit is going to be able to click first. Jesze a long way off actually, being able to click up. It's going to leave him a little bit exposed. He does put down barracks. Maybe, well, you'll probably have to wait until he gets to 500 food to click up, and then maybe make a couple of clubbers, because he's going to be late to the tool age again after 26 Ville's last game. Spirit 18 and 3 on the eco count. A lot of idle TC time. So some quite slow tool age times here. And nobody going on the offensive just yet. And Elephant is going to be a little, not the best lure there. It's going to be quite far away from the storage pit. Both players, actually, well, I was going to say committing quite hard to the water, but actually Spirit's still just on the single one. Fishing boat going to be doing a little bit of exploration. But yeah, plenty of fishing boats out on the water, and tool age is going to come in, and Jesse's quite greedy. Are we not going to make more villagers, Jesze? We're just not making villagers, I guess. Jesze wall themselves up, has walled out a couple of those gazelle there. Still not making any villagers. I guess we're just going to Bronze Age is the idea. Okay, we're making a villager now. But yeah, Jesze, quite greedy early game, hasn't been punished by Spirit, and we do see a scout ship come out now. Might just slow it back down. Fishing boats gonna find the opponent, and what is okay? There's a clubman hidden in the trees there. A couple more clubbers coming forward, and this axe play is very delayed. Jesze already fully walled at this point, or about to be fully walled at least. More docks coming up from Spirit on the water. And these axes, I think at best they're probably going to be able to take down a house, maybe. Jesze has clicked up to bronze though. So a little bit of a weird transition in the tool age from Jesze there. Quite a lot of idle time coming in. Wasn't really spending any super resources as soon as he hit the H. But yeah, we're gonna see a little battle. Well, battle is maybe the wrong word. an absolute massacre of Spirit's scout ship there. And extra docks are down now, but Spirit does not have that many villagers on wood. Looks like he's just trying to get himself to Bronze Age as well. Has 7 villagers on stone. It's a little bit overkill for the stone. Obviously trying to get a bit extra to build up those walls, but the walls aren't that expensive. You don't need 8 vills, but yeah, we'll see possibly the fishing eco coming under fire here. Spirit does click to Bronze Age just as Jesse's is coming in. I think if I was Jesse, I probably would have just focused down those fishing boats there. But Jesse choosing to try and chase down his opponent. And these are Yamato scout ships as well, so they do have the extra HP. So this should be a fairly one-sided affair. Jesse kind of peeling with that low HP ship. You can see quite a lot of arrows going missing there. So just a nice little bit of extra movement. And yeah, Spirit losing all of his military ships on the water. War galley coming in now. Archery range on the land. And Spirit possibly thinking of just abandoning the water at this point and maybe just trying to commit to some all-in play on the land. Yamato is actually Jesse going for the composite bowman. You do get those techs cheaper for the Yamato. I think those techs, I think it's 30% cheaper is the bonus for Yamato. So a small number of amount savings. And obviously the usual unit is the cavalry from the Yamato, but both units fairly decent. If you can get those compies massed up, they're very strong, which is normally a little bit slower to tech into. But Jesse under no real pressure just of yet, and actually, yeah, Spirit going for the camels, possibly expecting the Yamato cavalry play. So this is actually kind of good mind games from Jesse. As he did research the improved bow, he's not actually started making any of them yet. Again, he's got quite a lot of wood, obviously, on a water map. Here we go, to start clicking them in. But yeah, maybe some of these, either some extra fishing ships or maybe some villagers to go on to farms. Because he's floating a lot of resources here. Forward dock going to come out. But yeah, Jesse kind of already has control of the water here. And yeah, like I said, it feels like Spirit's basically given up on the water at this point. Siege Workshop forward from Spirit, so he wants to try and get something done right now. And what we have, we've only got the 4 camel riders at the moment though, so it's not going to be the strongest of pushes. Obviously, if Jesse didn't have many units and he was playing a bit more greedy, then maybe this would work, but compy numbers are slowly starting to build. Like I said, still a lot of wood floating in the bank. Fishing ships are being added now. Government centre as well. But again, it feels like Jesse maybe not firing on all cylinders, maybe just knows he's the sort of favoured player in the matchup, so doesn't want to play full force maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah, Camel just about survives. Siege Workshop has gone up, but there's not a stone thrower in production just yet. And again, Jesse's just built them up himself. He's decided to click 29 fishing ships in the queue. That's one way to spend the wood, I guess, as we get artisan ship as well. So I'm sure there'll be plenty more wood in the near future. And what do we have here? So yeah, composite bowman. Only 8 still. Again, Jesse does have resources, but not really spending them. And where are those galleys? They're just chilling. Jesse seems to have given himself a goal of putting docks up around the entire map here, by the looks of it. And up to 47 fishing ships now. Compy's just kind of chilling in the middle. Camel's actually up in decent numbers now. Spirit, I don't know if he's... I mean, he saw the compies. The scale armor doesn't give any benefit to your pierce armor. And yeah, Spirit again mixing his units. Okay, he does let the camels run free. Or he decides to slow them down again. I feel like I see Spirit do this a lot. I think this is... again, I don't want to be too harsh on Spirit. I feel like he makes a lot of, like, mistakes that are, like, just controlling commands that are sort of very easy to fix in gameplay. Unfortunately, still happen. +4 armor is in, so Jesse, I don't know if he's even paying attention to this, but he's probably just going to win this fight. Okay, he does start kiting now, but yeah, camels with no attack upgrades in. +4 defense and +0 attack against archers. Unfortunately, not going to cut it. And Spirit, I think he probably, with the score difference, he probably just felt he was too far behind after losing control of the water. So, not the greatest of games, I've got to say that. Jesse, like I say, went for quite a greedy approach on the map, and Spirit kind of never really mustered much of an offensive. Like, those axes came in very late, unfortunately. And like I said, Jesse just wrestling command of the water pretty early on. But yep, so let's quickly get us into game 3. So game 3 looks like we're going to Ocean Ring. So one of my favourite maps here. We've got the Phoenicians for Jesse against the Hittites. Hittites can make some good use of their extra range on this map, just because of the way you sort of like have the more linear parts of the map, so you can try and form like a bottleneck and use the range as advantage. However, the Phoenician wood bonus just kind of sometimes you can just outmass your opponent a lot with the ships. So sometimes you can just run into your opponent, even if they have the stronger, higher range. You can just use your greater mass of ships to close that down. Spirit going for a dock straight away. That's an interesting play, because obviously most players go grab those elephants straight away that spawn very close to your TC. Does mean he has access to the box turtles. Usually the play is storage pit straight away, just so you can get on that wood. Sometimes if you're lucky, you can get on the wood and on the sort of shorefish equivalent. But yeah, Jesse just settling for the wood line, and we'll be on the gold as well for later in the game. I think these villagers are going to all auto to this gold, so Jesse needs to be... Okay, he was paying attention to that. Nice. I guess there wasn't. It's not like he's got a huge empire to keep track of here. What you can do there as you build is you can just shift-click trees, so that when the storage pit finishes, they will automatically go to wood instead of the gold. Just a little bit of micromanaging of villages, you can do that. So, yeah, Spirit does slip in a fishing boat. This does mean it's going to delay the storage pit from coming up. He is going off straggler trees for the time being, and there is theoretically enough wood in there for a storage pit. But no, he does. I was going to say, but it would depend a bit on if he had small fishing boats. So, in theory, this... I mean, it's got quite a lot of villagers on wood now. I was going to say, in theory, it should end up in a food advantage. And the villagers, I guess, going to go collect the box turtles as well. But yeah, he's going to be forced to collect wood from quite a long distance now, which is the bad part of this plan. Jesse with his first dock going up just now. Again, a lot of villagers on wood, just keeping enough on food to keep vill production going for the time being. About the same amount of idle TC time as well. As Jesze does switch on to the berries as the elephants run out. Interesting to see that Jesze hasn't been pushing the gazelle here, because I feel like it's one of the things Jesse's usually pretty good about doing. But okay, just decided to commit to the granary. Fair enough. And so, storage pit now finally does go up for Spirit. And he is arguably slightly ahead in terms of just eco units. Well, not arguably, just is. Only by a small fraction though. And now has these woodcutters working much more efficiently. And he will in fact be able to click Tool Age. Again, much before Jesze. And I think for the third map in a row, Jesze playing a fairly greedy Stone Age, not feeling at all rushed to go up to the Tool Age, and unfortunately a little bit clumsy on the gazelle push here. Yeah, a couple of gazelle going down a fair distance from the TC. Another dock. So 2 docks for both players, I think, at this point. A third dock actually going up for Jesze now. And still, Jesze nowhere near clicking up. He does have 8 fishing boats now, so he should be able to collect the food pretty swiftly. He has 17 on food now. But Spirit gonna have a pretty good advantage in terms of Tool Age time. So hopefully, well, yeah, the best thing for Spirit to do if when he hits the Tool Age will be just to instantly add in a couple of scout ships to try and punish Jesze early on. Because if your opponent is slow on this map and you get the scout ship numbers out first, you can just pin them into your into their own base, and then just like range the wood lines usually. As the wood's normally close to the edge of the island. You can see for both players it is pretty near that shoreline. Tool Age is in for Jesze now. So actually Spirit's only going to have a short amount of time, and unfortunately I don't see any scout ships being queued in. In fact, it looks like, actually Spirit looks like he's going to go straight to Bronze Age. Although that said, he hasn't built a barracks yet. Oh no, sorry, he has built a barracks, do apologise. He's got one forward. Archery range going down as well. And is this market at the back? It is indeed. So it is going to be a fast bronze. I say fast. Maybe not the fastest of bronzes, but a bronze, pretty reasonably quick Bronze Age from Spirit. And it looks like, I guess, Jesze probably going to do more or less the same thing. I'm trying to spot the barracks from Jesze. Is that the barracks going down now, actually? So yeah, that's going to delay the transition a little bit. I think he probably wants maybe another villager or 2 building that. Actually, that said he's pretty short of wood. So this transition not going to be the best. Sentry tower going down to try and defend the shoreline to some extent. And actually, Jesze just noticed committing quite a lot of villagers to the stone. Stone mining coming in as well. Okay, fine. Looks like Spirit already committing to the inner part of the map. He doesn't have the wood for a storage pit. I feel like he needs to force drop. Okay, he does have this wood now. This feels a little bit early. I feel like this should have been... You probably should have waited, got... what am I trying to say? Bronze Age, then Government Centre and TC. Probably would have been a little bit better, but I guess this is cheaper. Theoretically leaves more wood for scout ships, which he's only just started making one of now. So again, Spirit not really punishing the greedy early game from Jesze, and you can see Jesse's already massively far ahead on eco numbers. Again though, Jesse's Tool Age has been a little bit clumsy, probably overcommitted a bit to the stone, but yeah, just trying to defend his shoreline with these towers. Towers do the double damage to ships, but again, we've only just got one out in the field now. We're still just chilling. I think this is the first time I've ever seen War Galley come in when there's only one scout ship on the field, but hopefully we see Spirit add in a couple more. And Jesse's actually managed to get himself in the centre of the map already. And now we're going for walls as well. So Jesse's just really making sure that nothing's happening on the land. And what do we see here? It's just a granary for the time being. A lot of villagers on stone. I don't know if these are meant to be on wood. And it's just another case of the villagers auto collecting on the stone here. And Jesse still hasn't made any ships himself. So... And he's collecting... Why are we collecting so much stone? I mean, like I've said in the past, I like Ocean Ring because there's a lot of different ways to play it. But this is a new one. This is a new one to me. It's actually quite interesting. There's basically this bit here is actually almost completely blocked by the wood line. It's going to make that quite awkward for any engagers on the land. And still only 2 war galleys out from Spirit as Artisan ship is coming in. Gold mining coming in as well from Jesse, as Bronze Age is now about 40% of the way in. Spirit has not really made the best use of the Bronze Age. Still doesn't have... It's one actually the newest changes for Hittites is we actually gave them the fishing ship upgrade because they were the only civ in the game that didn't have that upgrade before. So unfortunately, Spirit not really utilising that. I mean, it's only really got 5 on water fishing boats anyway. Jesse on the 17. And you can see the effect of that in his amount of food collected here. And just a bunch of houses coming down. And we do see a storage pit on the stone. So we're going to collect some more stone to add to our stone. And now finally the war galleys come forward, but sentry towers. Actually, Jesse's going to need to move the fishing boats here, or he's going to lose some. There we go. Sentry tower does come in as well now. Or we just let the fishing boats go down. Apparently this war galley's on no attack stance. This has been a very strange series, boys and girls. Tower forward from Spirit. We see what is going. I don't really know how to call this game, to be honest. War galley's gonna take some hits from the sentry towers. Okay, Spirit does notice the villager there. So still no ships on the water from Jesse. And yeah, he's just trying to control the map with the sentry towers. And I mean, Hittites do have really good siege, but at the moment it looks like Spirit's now decided to commit to the water, despite the fact that he's seen his opponent has a lot of towers to defend his shoreline. It's challenging, Jesse. It's different. It's a different game for sure. I'm just a little bit bamboozled. is all. Because like a lot of the time the casts can be easy because the players do what I expect them to do, so it's usually quite easy to call the plays. But this one's really difficult because I've got like no idea what's going to happen next. Sentry tower is coming in from Spirit, as that tower's been put up within tower range of Jesse's own tower. Phoenicians actually, they have an almost complete tech tree other than the fact that they don't get architecture. So actually Spirit could pull out the absolute ace here by getting architecture and Jesse not being able to get it. So having the extra HP on those towers. Also the Hittite towers, +4 population space, so you get to save a bit of wood on your houses there, so that's a thing. But just more towers going up. Looks like those villas, yeah, got caught out at some point. Fishing boats gonna go down. I think actually Spirit, yeah, is catching up on eco now as Jesze clicks the Iron Age. And are we going to see catapult triremes this game? Do Hittites even get cat? I actually have no idea what civs have catapult trireme and Juggernaut, because we so rarely ever see it. Obviously Phoenicians do, because that's actually one of their bonuses is to the catapult trireme. I'm pretty sure it's +4 pop on towers is the Hittite team bonus, I'm pretty sure. But more ships kind of going down for free, although I think the tower is going to finish this ship off. Actually, that looks like that wasn't doing the correct amount of damage, actually. I want to... Oh, no, it was. It was doing 12 a hit. Okay. I misread that. But, yeah, Chariot Archers are out of the field now. Hittite Chariot Archers at that. Jesze is in the Iron Age after making 0 military units. He's going to go for Guard Tower and Ballistics and Zealotry. Why are we going for Zealotry? Why we're at 30 fills? What is this game? I hate head in hand in head in hands. Alright, okay. I mean, I guess fishing ships still work after Zealotry, right? Craftsman ships coming in. Villagers are forward. Not sure what's going on from Spirit here. I guess the idea was another tower. Oh. Oh. This is just kind of sad to watch, really. Oh dear. So we've got Zealotry in, I think. I don't think that was cancelled. Jesse's still making vills. I guess we can check on the villagers there. 3, I think it's 4 they cap out at. 5 apparently. Oh, I guess with that's with the mining upgrades in. So Jesse's decided to completely gut his own eco, which is interesting. It's a bold choice. Still continuing on with the towers. Do Phoenicians even get Ballista Tower? I'm not even sure. Coinage coming in for Jesze. He's already got quite a lot. I don't know what we're spending this gold on, but we're going to have a lot of it. And stone throwers are actually out from Spirit. I've been so like bamboozled this game, it's just like been hard to keep track of really what's going on. I feel like there's no way Spirit should lose this game at this point. Jesze is down on eco, plus has Zealotry, making what villages he has even worse. Has 0 military units, although he's managed to get 26 kills, 27 with towers. And Spirit still hasn't researched architecture. I'm not actually sure if Hittites get architecture. I feel like they do though. And we're just losing a lot of units for free here. So this is a little bit sloppy from Spirit. Where are our stone throwers? There's one here that's in the range of... I guess we're still in Bronze Age. So yeah, somehow Spirit's still just nowhere near hitting the Iron Age after he kind of threw away a lot of his chariots there. We've got plenty of wood. We could be adding in a few fishing ships, but I guess... Oh, okay, we can collect them now. And the villagers are coming forward. I guess the wood ran out on the island there. We're going to bone down the tower. I guess we have Zealotry, so this is a solid play, I suppose. And if Jesze wins this game with Zealotry villages, I'm going to be very upset. Where is Spirit sending these chariots? He's just taking so much free damage from the towers. And somehow we... Where did the stone throwers go? I saw one die to the tower. We just lost another one to tower, okay. It is what it is. Villagers coming forward. And I've got well, villagers are just the best unit in the game. That's just a known fact. Without villagers, you can't even play the game, let's be honest. And I don't really know what to say about this. I mean, this is a little bit BM from Jesze. At the same time, Spirits... I don't have a needle. Just research it. I don't know. I've kind of given up commentating at this point. I don't really know what to say anymore, boys and girls. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just speechless to this one. But yeah, I mean, yeah, 61 kills to Jesze. We can't tower up in his opponent's base. Iron Age coming in for Spirit, but yeah, Spirit's just thrown away far too many of his units. Just getting a bit lost in the craziness here. And trying to bone down the tower. Does have needlework in now. Jesze going to be able to fight. Obviously, it's a little bit tricky with the villagers because you don't have an attack stance. So you're gonna have to keep I can't do it anymore. Make it stop. I feel like I'm having a mental breakdown live on stream. Is this the worst or best game of Age of Empires Return of Rome we've ever had? Jesse's still making vills. He's not adding in fishing ships. We don't need those. We just need vills at this point. Iron Age nearly in for Spirit. We're down to 3 chariot archers. I'm glad I'm not casting this next series, is what I'm gonna say. Oh my god. Iron Age is in. Jesse's bought himself 1,000 stone. Sorry, 1,900 stone. Have we run out of stone on the map? We've got stone here. There's about 500 stone there. There's a whole load of more stone here. I don't think we needed to buy the stone. We're starting to run out of it. We're collecting some wood. So we got that going for us. Spirit has decided to wield the chariot as his Iron Age unit of choice. I believe Hittites have access to quite a lot of units in the Iron Age, and he has an amount of gold, so that probably wouldn't have been my first choice of unit. I think possibly the catapult upgrade and engineering may have been my go-to. And then probably some horse archers. But that's just me. I'm a mere caster and Return of Rome casual enjoyer. Chariot's having a good dig at these guard towers. Guard tower of his Spirit Zone coming in. Because if there's one thing we've not had enough of in this game is towers. So we definitely need that coming in. Still not really spending the resources here. And yeah, just some more towers coming down. I see the mistake there is you got the spacing wrong. So That's minus points, I'm afraid, on the tower construction. What do I even say? What do I even say here? War Elephants come in, okay. Scythe Chariot and War Elephant. Spirit does not have access to gold. We've got 2k gold here. We've got another bunch of gold here. No, new wave of villagers coming in. All the wood is gone. Fishing ships. Handful of fishing ships left. So Spirit is deciding to go for Scythe Chariot, although he's, despite having only 11 vills and gold, but we're gonna see some of those come in. Where are these War Elephants? How does the Zealotry Villager match up into War Elephant, is my question. Towers are going to come down again. Ooh, Villager's taking a bit of a pounding here. This might be the end of the Villager strategy. Unless the towers, we just bait the elephants into the towers. That could be the play. Jesse's had Zealotry for, I want to say, half of this game. Maybe the last 15 minutes of in-game time. Ballista Tower finally coming in from Jesse. I think it might be time to pass on to Popeye and Jesse for the next cast. We're going for war galleys now. As our option against the Ballista Tower. Scythe Chariot is now in. This villager is finally getting taken down. More villagers in queue for Jesse. More guard towers going down. So we're going to take down this guard tower. We had enough. Look at them with those rakes. Look at the DPS. The pure damage. Excellent. So Spirit is on 3k gold. And we're making Scythe Chariot as our unit here. I think we might be saving this gold to next game, if there is one. Game's still very much in the balance. It could be Jesse's win here. He is 3k score ahead. And Scythe's trying to get, I don't know. Catapult finally coming in from the Spirit. Finally. Ballistics, I don't think I've seen engineering coming yet. I don't know if engineering's shown on this. No, it's not. But just might get caught out here. But I think there's a good chance that we do see Spirit just path into the towers, because that seems like a common play for him so far this game. Again, we're making more war galleys. I feel like we should be making catapults with our wood that we've just spent the money resources to get the catapult upgrade for. And this, okay, this is houses. I mean, Jesse can't have urbanization. Why haven't you just researched urbanization? Jesse. Jesse! Oh, actually, to be fair, that uses up precious stone, and we want that for towers, so that's a wise decision there. I think I'm going to fast forward this game. God, you just called GG as soon as I click fast forward. Oh my god. What is this? I can't believe you made me cast this series. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe this. So that's 3-0 to Jesse. So he'll... Oh my god. And my brain is like absolutely cooked from this game. Okay, so... You guys do a cast now, Popeye. I feel like I have to apologise to everyone that's had to witness these 3 games. Maybe you guys enjoyed it. This last one was a little bit painful for me. How many towers did we have at the end there? 52 ballista towers. Not a single siege engine from our boy Spirit. Suboptimal strategy, I think I'm going to have to call on that one there. But we live and learn. Yeah, there was actually 0 military units built, wasn't it? He built 1 bowman. Singular bowman. Played for fun. I mean, fair enough. I mean, if you guys enjoyed the games, that's the main thing. All I'm saying is, I'm not sure if I had fun. Maybe I did. Maybe I did in a weird way. Anyway, okay, let's wrap this.